What's up everyone, and welcome to this very special Christmas episode of Video Game Book Club Take 5. Today we're taking a quick 5-minute look at the very unknown game Daze Before Christmas for the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, but only in Europe. Let's go.
Merry Christmas.
Was anyone aware a Christmas-themed game existed for the SNES and the Mega Drive? If you're like me, you had no idea, and for good reason. The game is not very common, and when it does come up for sale, Daze usually brings a pretty hefty price tag. Daze Before Christmas was developed by Norwegian developer Funcom and published by Sunsoft for the Sega Mega Drive, exclusively in Australia in 1994. There is also a PAL Nintendo version available in Australia as well as Europe. An American release was scheduled, but later cancelled for unknown reasons. Before this video, I am playing a repro copy of the Australian Mega Drive version. In one of the last Sunsoft US division releases, we get to take control of jolly old Saint Nick as he sets out in an attempt to save Christmas. Being one of the few Christmas-themed games to ever see commercial release, it's kind of surprising that this is as good as it is. Like I said, you control Santa as he makes his way through the Christmas countdown calendar, all the while taking on new challenges and enemies who stand in his way. Daze Before Christmas is a solid platformer with fairly simple controls. You have your typical jump and attack, but with this being Santa Claus, he uses magic to turn his foes into presents. Of course he does. Except for those few times your magic is turned into fire, so you can save your reindeer by melting the ice. There are also random presents laying around that are easily opened using Santa's magic. These presents may contain health in the form of Santa's hat, friendly workers, enemies, or even bombs. You may also pick up a cup of coffee along the way as well. This turns Kris Kringle into his evil twin, Anti-Claus. Anti-Claus is a blue-clad, devilish-looking man who just so happens to be invincible. However, while playing as Anti-Claus, you are unable to use magic or collect presents. Instead, you can defeat your foes by smashing them with your toy sack. There are several breakpoints throughout the game where you no longer are platforming, but instead you're flying over cities in various locations, dropping presents from your sleigh into the smoking chimneys. Honestly, this was a bit jarring at first since I didn't know it was coming, but after figuring out what was going on, I really grew to enjoy the switch in gameplay. Instead of a save function, the game relies on password-based system following each boss fight. This is fine and makes the game slightly more challenging, but it's still not incredibly difficult. You do have the choice to alter the difficulty in the options menu, but I didn't know that until I was basically done with the game. Daze Before Christmas has some great music and really nice visuals. Listening to level soundtracks isn't grating on the ears and pays homage to some classic Christmas tunes. In fact, the visuals and sound effects really remind me of World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, and I don't think that's a bad thing. When I first decided to play Daze Before Christmas, I fully expected to be disappointed and release a video discussing how crappy it was. Yet here I am, amazed at the quality of gameplay, graphics, and music. I can only assume the reasoning for the absence of a North American release may have something to do with the devil-style Anti-Claus. Again though, that's only an assumption and not cold hard facts. Truthfully, my only complaint with this game is the final boss. It just feels so anticlimactic. To play through this entire game and then be disappointed in the end like that, it really kind of sucks. But I mean, I got over it pretty quickly. I'm not bitter, I just think it sucked. It's just a game, and the rest of it was really good. Daze Before Christmas does have a 2-player mode, but it's that player 1 dies, then player 2 plays style. So it's not that appealing as a 2-player game, but, you know, it's there. If you are looking for a holiday-themed game to play this season, once all of your parties and festivities are over and you're tired of playing Home Alone, give this a shot. Goodbye. So much shit everywhere. Shit. Everywhere there's shit. On the wall!